Hello everybody, here you can see the first Celtic combination that forms part of tutorial number 11. I hope you've enjoyed the last two videos. I hope that they've been informative, and I decided that it was probably enough information for you in there for you to create your own combinations. And for this final video, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the 5 combinations and show them to you, and just give you a few little tips. When you here we see the first one, and when you take it out of the hoop and you remove the outline alignment stitches, if you use those, you'll notice that you can get that's it. You can get little holes along where the thread has been. I've discovered that although we're all told to iron our embroidery on the back, I find it a good idea to go round and just press the area where the outline alignment stitches are, and that helps close the holes up. You can also use your fingers. But just a little tip, for some reason or other they always seem to be more predominant on silk. Obviously you don't want to press the actual embroidery. And then you can turn it over. As you can see on this one, it probably needs a little bit more tidying up. A lot more threads could be cut, but most of the underlay stitch and tear has been removed. When I press something like this, I start on one side and slowly move over, and I don't just let the iron go over like that. That's going to do absolutely nothing. I put my whole weight behind this iron. I'm leaning into it. Now, because of the angle I'm filming, it's a little bit hard not to create a crease, which I've done on the end there, but you really got to work it. Let's see if we can remove that crease. I haven't actually got any water in this wonderful iron. I love this Aliso iron. Look at that. It lifts itself up, and as I'm a bit accident prone, it means I never leave the iron on. It turns itself off. I do have a little pad that I put it on just to be absolutely sure, but if you've still got little holes moving, just work it through with your nail, and most of them will disappear. Right, so this is the first design. I love these colours. You'll notice it's been stitched out on very slubby silk dupion. One of the other stitch outs has been done on silk dupion, which is not slubby, and you'll notice there's quite a difference in the way it stitches out. So we placed the designs around, 4 designs and a few little extras just to fill in the holes, and the 3 blossoms in the middle. So that was the first one. This is the second design, and I must admit this is a great favourite, as I've explained. Many weeks of drawing to try and get these elements spaced out nicely, so it was a good Celtic knotwork design, and it comes from the third Celtic Dreams number 3. I hope you love the way all these little elements stand out round the edge, and the leaves overlap slightly, and I've placed a few designs in the gaps, and I could have done more. Could have put something down there. I wouldn't have put anything around here. There's quite a lot of stitching there, but that's the second stitch out. This is another special stitch out, done with Celtic knotwork, a design from the second set, and as you can see I've laid Nottingham lace down the middle. As I pointed out, this actual knotwork has been stitched in sulky rayon thread, but all the elements, these tiny little orchids, there are 3 types of orchids in the Beatrice designs which have been used to combine, and they've all been done in silk, including the bees. I chose a sort of a grey green for the bees rather than do, perhaps on reflection I look at them now, they could have done with a little bit of tan in it for the stripes, but that's Beatrice and Celtic knotwork combined together. Now obviously you could cover the whole of this with lace, and this is quite a delicate lace. It's quite sheer, and so there was no problem embroidering over it, even here with the bulky bits. The 4th design, now this has been stitched out on very shiny silk dupion, and as you can see, you get a little bit more, tiny bit more puckering, or the fold. It reflects the light so well that you can. It doesn't hide any little sins, if you see what I mean. But you've got the Celtic cladder here, and the hands, and then 2 lots of knotwork, also from Celtic ivy, like these are. And then I put the cross and the smaller elements from Anastasia's spring. And a nice feature here was to put, I mean obviously these hands come to an end, so I put the threads across, the flowers across there. So that's the 4th design, but I think you can see the difference. I prefer to use a slubby silk. The shiny silks are not so forgiving. And we come to the final design, and this is a cross from Celtic Crosses, and I gave, as I explained in the tutorial, I gave this a different, I treated this differently yet again. Theoretically this is a quilt block, and I've not done an outline on this, but there is an outline within the design, and I stitched out the cross, then I took the hoop off the embroidery unit and I floated this square of batting on the back. Now it's not one with a very high loft. I could have done it with a one and it would have looked even better, but as you can see, the cross all lays flat, but you've got little slight indentations where the sprigs of blossom, the lilies and the bigger flowers are. See if I can take that in to show you. Hopefully that's a little bit clearer. But obviously if you use a thicker batting, you'll get a better impression. And I have in the past actually used 2 lots of batting if I haven't had something with a high enough loft. And when I floated this underneath, I used just a little bit of temporary adhesive to hold it in place, and I also did a second box of basting stitches around it just to make sure that it didn't move while I was finishing off the embroidery. So these are the 5 designs that you get within this tutorial, as well as lots of hints on how to create something similar yourself. You may not want to do that, you may just enjoy stitching these out. But that's the 5 designs. I hope you have fun creating your own Celtic embroidery. Don't worry if it doesn't go right straight away. Machine embroidery is a journey of discovery and learning, and as you will have seen when you watched the other videos, I make mistakes but I learn from them. There's always something new to learn, a new experience and discovery to make. So thank you for watching these videos. I hope you enjoy the tutorial, and again I apologise for my grainy voice as I'm getting over tonsillitis, and it leaves me to say thank you very much for watching and happy embroidering. Bye for now.